Hey everybody, this is Halstead and Andrew McMillan with REH CPAs. Today we want to talk about a new reporting requirement that's coming down the road. I don't know how much you guys are familiar with the, let me read this, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. It's also called, we refer to it as FinCEN. And what they do is they look for money laundering activities. And there's been some new legislation that has passed recently that is going to require almost every small business owner to file a report with FinCEN reporting all the beneficial owners. So what they're looking for are, people that create these shell companies, multiple shell companies, and the money's getting laundered through them. But I've got Andrew McMillan here with me today. Andrew, can you give us some more detail on what this reporting is and who it's going to impact?
Yeah, well, like you said, it's brand new, so it's still kind of evolving. There's still some debate over it, so it is brand new. It's something we want to keep an eye on because it's also kind of got a unique aspect to it where a lot of new legislation like this is really going to affect like usually larger companies, public companies, companies that operate maybe the 10% of the U.S. market, not the 90% of all these small business owners out here, working. But this legislation is really going to affect the small business because what they're trying to catch are these small one-owner shell companies. These things that are just fake that are set up just to funnel money through. So it's really it's dragging all these small business owners into the situation here to have to deal with it. So. Right now, it's looking like, there are some exceptions. There's quite a bit of exceptions, but for the most part, all small businesses are going to have to comply with this new requirement. If you're a corporation, an Inc., an LLC, registered with the Secretary of State, you're going to be required to file paperwork with FinCEN about who the owners of your company are, which kind of leads into the next question, like who is a beneficial owner? So right now the rule is saying it has to be a greater than 25% owner of a business or someone who has substantial control over the company. So that's really how they are defining who a beneficial owner is at this time.
So do we know yet what information will have to be reported?
We do. What they're saying right now is going to be all the easy stuff, or should be easy stuff for most people. It's just going to be what's your name, what's your date of birth, your address, contact information. They have on there like an identifying number, so I immediately think social, but they also give you the option to put like a driver's license number, passport number. So you're definitely just going to have to input some information, contact information, personal information about the ownership. Just so that if it's ever an issue, the FinCEN has the data there to pull from.
When is this reporting supposed to happen?
So it's supposed to happen January 1 of 2024. So as of January 1, 2024, you're going to have a year. If you're a business that's already operational, you've opened up prior to January 1st of 2024, then once that date hits, you're going to have a year to file this report with the FinCEN. So it'll be due by January 1 of 2025. Now, if you're a brand new business that starts next year in 2024, it's looking like you're only going to have 30 days to file this report. So it's definitely something that new businesses are going to have to be mindful of. It's just going to be another check the box thing when you create a company these days.
Yeah.
And
I guess the reason why we're talking about this today, because the penalties are pretty substantial if you do not file this form. Can you tell us about that?
They are. So just like anything, like the IRS has several of these kind of weird rules like this, or the federal government does, where if you're not complying, they can be pretty harsh. So with this one, it's a $500 a day penalty if you don't file the report, and it's looking like it's going to cap out at $10,000. So you could be on the hook with a $10,000 penalty
just for forgetting to file name, address. Yeah, it's crazy.
Correct. It's crazy, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. I don't know how they would on some level. It's really going to be up to the CPAs and the profession to get the word out there and make sure all of their clients are aware of it. Because all signs are pointing towards it being rolled out and it is effective January 1, 2024. Right. Now, there's a lot of debate over, among CPAs in our profession and attorneys on who's truly can CPAs file the report? Can they not file the report? Is this considered practicing law? There's some areas that we have to kind of juggle on our end in the profession to make sure we're staying in our lane.
Yeah.
So it's something we're definitely monitoring and keeping an eye on for all of our clients. So we will certainly make sure our clients know exactly what they need to do to make sure that happens. But it's a new area that we all need to make sure we're aware of.
Right. Well, thanks for the information, Andrew. And again, just to reiterate what Andrew said, we are on top of it. We are monitoring the situation, and we'll keep you guys up to date on filing procedures as well as filing deadlines. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, just give us a call and we'll help you out. Thanks.